I'm here. I'm getting there. One more. Don't worry. Don't worry, TikTok friends. We're we're moving slow. All right. Looks like we're all set here. Good morning. Oh my goodness. I baked pumpkin chocolate chip bread this morning already. Wow. Hi, Kit. Good morning, Susan. Let me scroll up here and see who I need to say good morning to. Hi, Janelle. Good morning, Lori and Beth. Oh, Janelle's back over here. We're on TikTok. Okay. Does that feel better? Hi, Denise. Hi, Jen. Hi, Carrie. Hi, Sabra. Good morning, Raul. Good morning, Kate. Hi, Sarah. My energy update. What energy update? Which one? Good morning, Cindy. All right. Good morning. Whew. So here we are, doing this thing again. Let's see. Is that better? Okay. There's my face for you. All right. So, hello. We are here at the Equinox. It's the 22nd. You know, it's interesting because in workshop we were talking about this energy and how this. I sent an email. No, I didn't. I wrote a post about it this morning. It's kind of like walking through a door, right? And there's stuff that's about to happen on the other side of that door, and we are now walking into that space. It's a really live time of year. Every year it is. It's like my favorite and least favorite. You know what I mean? Hi, Vivi. It was so good to see you the other day. Um, so really, Equinox this year, at least from my perspective, is feeling like the opening to moving through the eclipse portal. That's going to be happening mid-October with the new moon. So remember, we have a full moon coming up in like less than a week, I think the 29th. And that one is going to just be like the fireworks that really pop off eclipse season. So no worries, it's going to be great. And I mean that. I don't mean it sarcastically. Would never mean it sarcastically. It's going to be great. How are you guys feeling? How has this week been for you energetically? Are you happy? What's going on? Let's do a quick energy check. 1 to 10, with 1 feeling like super low energy, 10 being like really high, really vibey energy. What are you feeling? 1 to 10. Oh, Jesus. Kid says, I got a call to get my son from school due to an escaped fugitive in the area. My goodness. Never a dull moment. Oh, we've got 9s, 8, 6, 8, 7, 8, 3, 5. Well, we are a mixed bag this morning. Okay. All right. You're 111, an 8, a 9, a 7. Tina! All right, so let me tell you before we jump into the cards for the Equinox about the new thing that is about to happen on this end. So you already know we have the Normalized Magic Workshop, which runs for 12 weeks at a time. We'll be opening up for that again pretty soon because we're in week 7 now. But if you're not feeling like, if you're not a workshop person, if you don't want to commit that intensively to time, I have something else going on. So I'm opening up an energy lab on my website, which is just a low monthly subscription, and you'll have access to my full catalog of meditations, activations, and all that stuff that I've already made, which is a lot, turns out. I've got a lot of stuff, so a lot of content that you can just access and enjoy at your own pace, but also new content that's going to be coming in every month that I will channel specifically for you guys in the membership You can ask me for things like if you need an energy healing because you've got a broken bone or you're healing from a cold or the flu or whatever. Send that request in, and I'll make that for you. In the past, I have done that as a one-on-one service. You may not know that because it was a while ago, but a few of my OGs know and have had some pretty significant results from specific meditations I've created just for something that's going on with them, like a hip problem, really anything, because it focuses on the energy and you specifically. So while this won't be like one on one, it's an opportunity for you to kind of have a toolbox that you can tap into anytime you want and get what you need. So it'll be divided into sections. So like guided meditations, activations, channelings, all of those things. So I'm pretty excited. Some of these meditations I've completely forgotten about. So it's been quite a journey to go back for the past 4 years and gather them all up. I was a very prolific creator for quite a while there. So anyway, I will be offering that to everybody on my list to get a month free of it. It's going to be pretty low rate anyway, but this is also an opportunity for you to reciprocate in this thing we do, right? At a very low cost to you. And just kind of dip a finger in the cosmic portal that is creating here on this channel that I put so much of my time and energy into. I couldn't even believe how much content I have on my YouTube channel. Like, have I ever stopped talking like for 5 years? Woo! All right. So anyway, that'll be launching soon. I am organizing it all now and making sure that it works and makes sense and that I haven't forgotten any meditations. All of the meditations that, if you were here with us during the what you call it? My God, what was the name of my app? Are you kidding me? Inner Sanctum. We're really entering a new time. I don't even remember. But everything that was on the Inner Sanctum app will also be there too. So, like all of those meditations that you guys used to have access to, you will have access to them again through this. And it's just very easy. You just log onto the website and it's right there. So, I gotcha. I'm excited. And it's also going to be a place where if I feel called to do like live channeling, I'll put them there. So you'll have access to anything that I do basically being part of this membership. So that's my little spiel. I don't do a lot of spiels anymore, but I am running a business. So sometimes you gotta. All right. So now let's get to business here with Equinox stuff. I'm going to do a very fall themed card pull for you. So I'm going to give you 3 very autumnal items. You choose which one feels most resonant with you this morning. And what do you want this message to be for you? Do you want this to be like something that would be helpful to kind of focus on, you know, through this time? Do you have a question in your mind that you would like a little insight on? Like, think about that as I do the shuffles and pick the things, right? What are 3 autumnal things that I'm really feeling right now? Well, we're going to do some fall drinks. How about that? So the first one is going to be mulled wine. The second one is going to be apple cider. It doesn't matter if it's hot or cold. So it's whatever you like. So we've got mulled wine, apple cider, and a pumpkin spice latte. Which autumnal beverage are you feeling this morning? Mulled wine, apple cider, or pumpkin spice latte? Mine's going to have oat milk in it. Thank you, Erin. So drop your selection. Hi, Alex. Drop your selection into the chat, and I am shuffling. We've got mulled wine, apple cider, and a pumpkin spice latte. Ooh. Melissa. Oh. All right. We're all choosing our beverages. It's almost feeling like I'm a barista right now. Oh. All right. So mulled wine, apple cider, pumpkin spice latte. Which one's like calling you today? It doesn't have to be one you'd actually like to drink. Remember, it's just the one that kind of like goes boop boop boop. Like me, do it. Well, tell me when you're ready for the mulled wine because I have it here. Oh, sorry. I zoned out. Okay, you're ready. Did you see that? I like checked out. Bye. I was sniffing my little sampler. All right. Mulled wine, apple cider, pumpkin spice latte. Here's your mulled wine. Y'all are ready. Here we go. You've got the focus card, Grail Knight, Spider. This guy's been here for a minute, huh? Okay, so focus, Grail Knight, and Spider. So the sampler scent, I joined this perfume subscription called Fern, and they send you a sampler at every quarter. So it was the summer solstice was the first one. This is the autumnal equinox, and then there's going to be winter solstice, and so on and so forth. This one has like I would say has a lot of like bergamot in it, and just like I don't know. I'm trying to decide if I like it. It's like bergamot and tea and something else. I can't put my finger on. All right. Anyway, focus, which is clearly not happening for me this morning, but we'll get there. Focus, Grail Knight, and Spider. This is your mulled wine one. Okay. So let's talk about these two first because the Grail Knight has been coming up, and the Grail Knight is all about the illusions that you go after, right? Let me give you an example that we can all maybe understand. You know how when you are not in a relationship or maybe in the beginning of thinking about being in relationships, you idealize what the perfect person for you would be like, right? You just basically dream up this person who has, you know, it's very dark hair and blue eyes and strong jaw and a big heart and whatever it is, right? As we get older, the list becomes mighty specific, I would say. Um, so Grail Night, like the Holy Grail. So it's talking about the illusions that we create and expectations, right? So let's say then you've decided like, this is my perfect person has all these qualities. And then you meet somebody that you form a connection with and you transpose all of those ideas, right? All of those thoughts of how you want your person to be onto that person without necessarily them, knowing about it or consenting or even being that person. That's an example of the kind of vibe we're looking at here, where you have an idea how something's supposed to be, feel, go, whatever, and you are not compromising in that vision, which you don't need to, but you are transposing that vision onto a canvas that it hasn't welcomed you to do that. What you're transposing these ideas onto is a full autonomous being, living being, right? That doesn't necessarily conform to your ideas of how they should or shouldn't be. This is what we're looking at, my mulled wine people. Those things, right? Those structures you've had in place that really make it difficult sometimes to see the reality around you because you have created so many mirrors of transposition, if that makes even sense. Does that make sense? I don't even know if those words are real. But it's looking at that and understanding the illusions that you've created may not have any rooting down in the reality that you've connected them to. Okay. So when you look at that, right? When you look at those illusions, can you kind of focus and see what is now real for you and what is not? You've likely been working on this for quite a few cycles now. And now is the time to refine that and like really focus in because you have a lot of creative energy whooshing in, right? I don't want to say all of a sudden because it's kind of like this is the time for it. It was always going to be now. And if you've been feeling that like push pull, like there's something I want to do, I have all this creative energy, but I don't know what to do, I don't know where to put it. Oddly enough, focusing on figuring out what your illusions are connected to is going to really help you with your creative projects. Okay. Because when you release the energy that you've been putting into false images, you can then start creating new, real images. We get that, mulled wine people? Okay. That is your mulled wine. Your second one is going to be apple cider. Apple cider. So you're saying transposition is a real word? Good. Because I did mean an imaginary projection. So that awesome. Love it. Apple cider. Are you ready? Let me know. All right, here we go. So once again, your choices were mulled wine, apple cider, and pumpkin spice latte. However you take it. And here we go. Also, hi Audrey, belated birthday. I just would like to say that I'm sorry that I don't say happy birthday to everyone. I am not on Facebook enough to remember everybody's birthdays. And then when I do get on there and I see like, oh, it was this person's birthday and that person's birthday, I'm like, oh, happy fucking birthday, everybody. You know what I mean? Like, I'm glad you're alive. I'm sorry that I don't like recognize the date, but I just need you to know. Glad you're here. Okay. All right. Apple cider. Frog. The cat. The king. Oh my goodness. What is this? What is this message today? Frog, the cat, and the king? What? All right. Just like the last sliver of Virgo season is like here. It's like, wait, hold on a second. Don't go yet. You didn't finish organizing your shit. Organize it. Okay, let's see what. So the frog is about the organizing. It's for some of you it is really literal and it is your like it's your home space, it's your car. It's okay. Let me put it this way. So, something that I do when I am being excellent in my life is I'll take like 10 to 15 minutes the end of my day to set things up for future Sarah and kind of like butler service for future Sarah. And I think if we do one-on-ones, we probably talked about this at some point. So I set up butler service for future Sarah, okay? And so I'll just like fucking go around my house and think, what would tomorrow morning Sarah enjoy? What would make her feel like a luxurious queen who's taken care of and just make things a little easier for her, I'm like being my best person. So I'll go around 10, 15 minutes. Usually is not that interesting. Like it's stuff like, yeah, let's just clean up this kitchen so it's not so disgusting in the morning. Or, I'll set out all of my coffee stuff really pretty and like, put a little flower or something for myself, whatever it is. I just, butler service for me. Maybe I'll pick out an outfit and just lay it out really cute, like I used to do when I was a kid, that kind of thing. And when I wake up the next morning, past Sarah's 10 to 15 minutes of care for future Sarah really makes me feel special and happy and glad that we love each other and we're like looking out. You know what I mean? And that's the kind of vibe that the frog is bringing to you now. So if you've been like, feeling that organizational um, push and you're like, what am I doing with this? Consider butler service for yourself. Consider the things you can do to make your life better in the future, like near future, right? Like just to make yourself feel special, right? Um, because that's what clearing and organizing is meant to do. It's not meant to criticize who you are as a person. It's not meant to be like, you're so messy, you should be better. It's not about that. It's about creating an environment around you that supports and serves you as you are, not as allegedly aspire to be. Okay. I have given up a lot of my aspirations of who I think I should be, and I just am me now. And me wakes up at the last fucking minute, okay? Consistently, right? And I know that about myself. If I can sleep for an extra 10 minutes, I'm gonna, okay? And I am okay with that because past Sarah, it's like, I know that. You sleep, you little princess. And look, I've set all the things out for you to save you a few minutes. You know what I mean? So it's more about that. It's not about like getting your home Instagram worthy. It's about how do you create systems around you that act for no other reason than to support and enhance your experience. Okay? Now, that's a lot for the frog, right? The frog had a lot to say, had like a whole story and stuff. So there you go. But now we've got the king and the cat. What's up with the king and the cat? Plenty. Cat energy is very much these days, isn't it? Like, I mean, I feel like most of you have a cat, don't you? Or more than one. If you don't, do you ever scroll past a cat video on like TikTok? Cats are doing stuff, all right? And again, this is kind of butler service for you too, but energetically. So the cat's coming in, and usually the cat's going to yell at you about boundaries, but not today. Different today. The cat's coming in, much like the frog, and saying, "What can you do for future you energetically?" Okay? To set yourself up to feel supported, loved, and successful the next day. And when I say successful, if that connects to some sort of rat race bullshit for you, pretend I didn't say it because I don't mean it that way. How can you do butler service for yourself energetically? I have an example of that for you too. Okay? So if you're anything like me, you don't really know from day to day what your energy is going to want. If I make plans with you 2 weeks from now, there is a very good chance that no matter how much I love you, I am going to modify those plans in some way, shape, or form based on my energy. Because the truth is, 2 weeks is a whole moon cycle, a whole hormonal cycle, and a whole bunch of energy shifts. And I don't know 2 weeks in the future where I'm going to be at. Doing butler service for myself energetically is being very clear about that with the people close to me so that there's no hard feelings, right? So that we can kind of keep in touch with the flow of our own personal energies, right? It could also be on a Wednesday. I know on Thursday, I've got a very intense thing that I need to do that cannot be rescheduled. I'm going to need my energy for this intense thing. So I'm going to look at my day and, Tuesday night, Sarah, butler service for energy, is going to say, I also had coffee with so and so. I don't think I can do that. I'm going to reschedule it because I just need to really like pull in my energy for this one thing I need to get done. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, butler for your personal energy. And the king. The king is masculine energy. And the reason the cat is here is to help you to kind of not even just conserve, but figure out how to best use your energy without spilling it in places you don't need to. It's about efficiency, because when you have masculine energy coming through, it's a driving force energy. It's very external. So there's likely in this now time for you going to be a lot of moments where you're going to need to be front and center and really like being more externally focused, really presenting, maybe even like speaking to a bunch of people. I don't know, but like whatever it is, it's more of an extroverted energy. So the cat's trying to help you to collect your energy as much as possible so that when you are doing these specific things that need to be done, you have all of your energy available to you. Okay. For some reason that just made me recall my dream from last night. It was such a strange dream. Oh, it was such a strange dream. Okay. Anyway, that's your apple cider. Did that hit for you guys? Was it a tasty beverage? Your last one is going to be pumpkin spice latte. And as always, this is recorded. So if you want to catch the other ones or just rewatch any portion, you can find it on my YouTube or on Instagram. Okay? Okay, good. I'm glad, Chris. Tell me when you're ready. This is going to be pumpkin spice latte. Can I even tell you how much I love the fall? Like, I love it so much. Okay. Here we go. This is your pumpkin spice latte. Bye, Erin. Restrictions. Truth. Birth and rebirth. Okay. So this is your pumpkin spice. It's restriction, truth, and birth and rebirth. This one was up the other day. Like, I know this one happened. And how autumnal is that? How autumnal is that? Oh my goodness. Maybe I'll take myself on a fall photo shoot. Okay. So truth, rebirth, death, and well, death, birth, and rebirth, and restriction. Okay. So now, if you are on my mailing list, I sent you a growth spiral mantra. You can listen to that because this is growth spiral vibes today. Birth and rebirth is about another iteration of a cycle. Okay, so whatever the focal point of pumpkin spice is for you is going through another round. Okay, so what is this? What could this be? It could be another round in a particular relationship. It could be another round in your relationship to yourself in a very specific way. For example, I'll just share mine because why not? I have a very cyclical and somewhat aggressive relationship with my body and the size of my body and how I relate to it because for reasons unknown, 10 years later, I still am carrying baby weight that I think is baby weight. You know what I'm saying? So I cycle through and I could probably like map my cycle, right? That's like, here I decide that I'm worthy no matter what size I am. Here I feel very beautiful. Here I don't fit into my pants. Here I spiral into the abyss and look at pictures of myself from 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying? So like I know my cycle. So like for me, I'm about to enter this cycle again. I feel it. Now, I'm using my example all the way through so you can really get a picture of what this feels like with the growth spiral. So I know this is happening again because I'm starting to spiral. So I even know what part of the spiral I'm on. The whole point of a growth spiral is not to stop encountering the same energy, it's to respond differently to the same energy. So I have an opportunity this time, as this birth and rebirth comes around, to respond differently to the same energy. So if whereas before I, spin off into, infinity, feeling depressed about whatever, I decide I'm not eating sugar or carbs, but that lasts for about 7 hours and then I need all the sugar and carbs and you know what I mean? I could do that again. I'm very good at it. Or I could choose to do something else. And if I choose to react differently to the same energy, it puts me in a different timeline to experience. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's what this is for you right now. I don't know what yours is. You probably do. You've also got truth and restriction. Truth and restriction. I mean, this one kind of is a full sentence, but restriction is all about your perception. If you think that you're stuck and you can't move and there's nowhere to go, if we really look into that, is that true or is there really just not a place to move that you want to move to that feels most comfortable for you to move? Have you decided that you have to wait for a specific opening to do something? You know what I mean? Like these are rules that you've created, kind of like in your email, right? Like if you're like doing a filter in your email and it's like must contain this and that, and then it goes to this folder, it's kind of like that. So the more of those that you create, more rules you create for a specific energy to reach you. God, I'm like really deep in metaphors today. But do you understand what I'm saying? Because I feel like this is a good one. It's like when you make the rules in your email, like must contain this and this and this in order to reach me, right? We all do that too with a different energy. So the more restrictions, the more rules you create for an energy to reach you, right? The more opportunity for you not to receive that energy, right? Because you're being so picky and you think you know what you want and you think you are anticipating every sequence it might hit you from, but you can't. So chances are the energy that you're waiting for is in your junk. So after we get off this transmission today, maybe we all go check our junk folder and see what little gems have been dropped off there because of our extreme restrictive filters. Okay. So we want to look at those. Just like, what are they? What are the rules that are filtering your energy and filtering the experiences that you have? Do you like them? Like, because it's not that you're not supposed to have any. Okay. That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is that maybe you have too many. Maybe there's so many. And there's a reason that you have so many because you're kind of scared of having an experience. So if you put a lot of rules around you, it's like you can trick your brain into saying, well, I'm not saying no to this experience. I'm just saying it has to be specifically like this, which means I have standards and like whatever else, whatever we tell ourselves that we tell ourselves when we're actually just isolating. Right. So look at that, check your junk folder, see how it's going, and then just kind of from there decide if you liked those rules or if they need to be adjusted. Because remember, just like your email, you can change them at any time at all, and no time like the present, right? So we'll all do that, right? Okay, so that was your pumpkin spice latte. Phew. No worries, right? No worries on that one. All right. Well, it's been fun. Happy Equinox. Enjoy this gorgeous weather if you're having gorgeous weather. Here in central PA, we are having gorgeous weather, like beautiful blue skies, crystal clear air. The lack of humidity is absolutely stunning. All right. So enjoy yourself, have a good time. Um, and make sure if you got that email from me that you sign up for the list to get the code to get a free month off of the Energy Lab when I launch that, which will be pretty soon. I'm almost done. Okay, I love you guys. Mwah, mwah. Mwah. And remember, if you enjoy the things that I do, the most helpful thing that you can do for me is when you see a post, like it, save it, share it, because that helps me exist in the algorithm. Goodbye. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Goodbye, friend. And goodbye,